Well, good evening again. Welcome to Applicant Support, January the 29th, 2025. First question off the rip. We're jumping right in. Can you apply if you have not enrolled yet? Undecided because I'm that's I think that's probably a lot of the people on the call. And right off the top, you cannot apply if you have not already enrolled and or have already been accepted, because when you get into the application, you have to either it's three different types of students. You're a new student. New student means you're just ready to get started, but you already have an acceptance letter. Okay, so that means you've already applied. Could be a current student if you're already taking classes and have a transcript at least with one semester on there, or a transfer student if you just finished up at one school and are looking to go over to another. So to answer your question, you cannot apply if you have not yet enrolled, but if you already have an acceptance, because oftentimes you may have been accepted but haven't been able to, get your classes scheduled. So depending on where you fall in that, make sure, Leslie, that I answered your question to your satisfaction. If not, I certainly can dig. Okay, wonderful. All right. So next up, or first up, is it Beline? Beline, am I saying that correct? You're next on my screen.
Can I be your last one?
You can. So I'll circle back around to you. Hopefully my screen doesn't shift, but I'll write your name down to circle back. Okay.
Yeah, because
Liana, you got a question for us?
I'm still trying to figure out. I just got an email from my school or something. I'm still trying to figure out what is it about. Like, I know it's about scholarships or grants or
You say you got an email from what now? I'm sorry.
I got an email from my school or something like that to
Okay.
join. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, like, what is it? What is this about?
Okay, this is for a scholar grant for individuals going back to complete their undergrad degrees. Where do you live? Where do you live, Liana?
In Texas.
In Texas, are you? I don't know, Tiana. Is there tribal in Texas? Are you attending a tribal college?
Post university.
Okay, so if you will drop, Tiana, in the chat the National Scholar Grant. Well, let me ask. I'm gonna put you out there, Liana. Are you over 35?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so drop the national grant. This is step number one for you, Liana, or anybody that's watching the replay. If you are not attending a tribal college, because we have one specifically for those who are attending a tribal college, okay? But since you said that you're not and you're 35 and older, please complete this form here just to check your
I think I did apply with a scholarship grant with my school, but I don't even know my school is a tribal school.
Okay, so Tiana, can you check and see if Liana is in here and chat? Liana, check the chat. Tiana is gonna chat back and forth with you.
Okay.
So she can figure those questions out, and then that way you can move forward where you need to. Okay, so that's step number one for anybody that is on. You got to make sure you're eligible. Okay, that you're even eligible to apply for it, because I wouldn't want you to be here and you're not eligible. It just doesn't make sense. I don't want to waste your time. Okay? And I don't want you to waste your time. So Liana, stay in the chat. Tiana is going to chat with you and she'll get you figured out. So whether you need to start, if she can't find you, and well, number one, eligibility, and then two, for you to get started if you are eligible. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But I can't, my keyboard's not working right now. How do I get to the chat with her?
Are you on your phone? Are you on a mobile device?
Yes, I'm on the phone. Okay, I got it. I got it.
If you look down to the chats, you'll see it'll pop up when she sends you a message.
Okay.
I'm going to mute you, Liana. All right, Shay, you're up next. Do you have a question for us tonight?
I don't have any questions off the top of my head. I was just joining to, I guess, just gain more information on this scholarship and see if there would be any helpful tips or anything. I just kind of came to listen.
Okay. Have you started your application? This is not just for Shay. This is everybody on the line. Have you started your application with exception to Liana because Liana needs to check eligibility. Who has not? Raise your hand, do something if you have not started your application. Whoop, whoop. Okay, Leslie, let's go. Let's go. Listen, let me find something because I like to have fun when people we was dancing in the beginning. We'll keep the dance moves going. All right. Let's see. All right. I just saw you pop in, Natasha, so it shifted my screen. So I'm going to come to you so I don't get thrown off as to where I am. You got a question for us tonight?
Yes, I do. I'm having a problem with downloading my paperwork from my SNAP benefits and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to upload it in there. When I go on my portal on the website for their website, I can't download it. There's no way for me to download it onto my computer. When I tried to download the paperwork, it went on to the Chrome. It went on to Chrome and it's saved. But when I get ready to upload it, it won't let me upload that file to you all.
My assumption is probably a HTML file. It depends on what type of file. This is where I will always recommend that if at all possible, you will have to print it out, Natasha. And once you print it out, you can either scan it in. I mean, like.
Okay, because I was wondering about that. Could I print it and try to scan it and then, because I know I can save it to my laptop and then upload it from there. That I do know.
Well,
so that's what I should do then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Because I already have a copy of the actual letter. So all I need to do is go scan it and I can do that at school. There's somebody to help me at school to do that.
You got it. You got it. Awesome,
yes,
awesome.
That's the only thing I needed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got it, Natasha. You got it. Yes, Tiana.
I was gonna also say that you can control P and it will come up as like you're gonna print. It makes it look like you're gonna print, but then you can save it as a PDF. So where it has a printer option, it says save as PDF. So that could be another option.
Well, the actual website doesn't have it where I can save it or download it or anything on that website. I went up under the Google's page or whatever, the little Google Chrome little thing you click on the settings, where you do bookmark and stuff like that. That's what I went up under to try to download it, see if I could download it.
And that sounds like Natasha, because and again, the reason why I say that, and I've seen it happen quite often, if it's like a website, it kind of saves as an HTML and you won't be able to upload it, or even if you do, it won't open on our end. So I think for you, unless you can find somebody that can help you navigate with that control P, if it's not giving you that option, is to just print it out and scan it. And that way you have the file.
So that would be acceptable for me to print it and just take pictures of both sides of it, or is it anything particular, or do I need to take pictures of everything?
I'm going, Natasha, you're going to make me put you in timeout. This is what happened when you go to asking me questions like this, you go in timeout. It depends on the actual question because there are limits. So I'm going to use the FAFSA, your submission summary. That's about 10 to 14 pages long. So you do not want to do that. I know you can save it.
I downloaded that. Yeah, that would be no problem.
Okay, for anything else, you always really want it to be in PDF form because that just keeps the formatting of it. And oftentimes with a photo, it could be blurry. So I err on the side of caution and almost will say, don't do that just because photos it may not be clear.
Well, I don't mean as a photo, but I used the wrong terminology. I meant so I can scan it and stuff. Because we have this scanner at my school at Cleveland State, and I've used it before to scan it to turn it into like a file that I could save. So I'm going to
Yeah,
go to the library. I can
that's
go
it.
there and do that, and they can help me in the library.
I think that's your best option, Natasha. And
Okay.
that way it's saved and you can save it to wherever you want to. So if you need to go back and grab it at a later
Right.
time, okay?
Right. Yeah, but
All
that was my
right.
only question. Everything else was easy to read, simple, and
Awesome.
everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, get that uploaded and
Thank
be
you.
sure and hit that submit button, okay?
I sure will. Y'all have a nice evening and thank you for all your help.
Oh, you're welcome. You as well. All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye-bye. Welcome back, Fidelia. How are you today?
No, I'm doing okay.
Good, 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 good. You got a question for me tonight?
Yes, I do. I actually want to know if I did get a verification email saying that my application was complete because I was able to um, upload and attach my state welfare payment.
So wait a minute. Are you wanting to see if your application was submitted? Is that what you're asking?
I actually got an email. So yeah, but I actually am asking if there's any update on my actual application as being complete because I did have to upload the state welfare payment.
Okay. Tiana, can you check with
I
Fidelia?
did. Yeah, Fidelia, I uploaded it for you, so you are all good right
All
now.
right, thank you.
Mhm.
Go Tiana, go Fidelia. Awesome. And Fidelia and anybody else that's on here that may have this same question, when you go back into your application, you should be able to see that file there.
Yes, and it's the only one that is shown for
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
didn't complete.
Yep, yep, yep.
And I
Wonderful.
got like an email back, a verification email, like in a matter of minutes.
Oh, yeah. That means Tiana is on it. Go
Yes,
Tiana.
thank you, Tiana.
Yeah, we have an amazing team. So I certainly will shout Tiana out and Breezy and Lori. They get it done. So thank you, Fidelia, for acknowledging that you got it done in minutes. So I appreciate that. Awesome, awesome. Sandy, do you have a question for us?
I was just curious as to what the process is and like how do you know if you were approved or not for one of the scholarships?
So you will not know until July. I think July 31st is the date that we have that we notify all applicants. We notify you if you get it, we notify if you don't get it. So that will not happen until really earlier in July, but we, just put a little padding there just so that if we don't get it out earlier in the beginning of mid-July, it is definitely there by the end of July. And we do that because normally individuals are looking to receive how our payment process works. We start funding for August. So, or the fall, whenever that fall term starts for 2025 is when the award payments normally begin. Okay. So that way they, whoever has been awarded will be able to submit their information for their fall payments. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Hello, Miss Kenya. You got a question for us?
I don't. I just decided to appear.
Well, thank you for appearing. I love to see your beautiful faces. Thank you all for being here. That makes what we do wonderful. All right, Darian, do you have somebody is loading whiteboard? Is that you, Tiana? Is doing something? Tiana.
That's not me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Liana. How are you doing that? How can you do? Where'd she go? Did she leave? Liana. I think she's gone. I don't know. So hopefully it didn't kick folk off. Darian, you got a question for
Hello.
me? Hello.
I'm Darian. I go to a tribal college. I go to Dene College in Shiprock.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I have some questions as far as the
One at a
application.
time. One at a time. And then we'll
Okay.
come back around. Give me
Oh,
one.
just one question then. I'm having trouble with um I believe it's the send the link. Oh, I forgot what it was. I already forgot because I have too many questions.
Darian, I'm gonna need you to write one down. Come on, give her one. Give her one question
It
back.
was a letter of recommendation.
Okay.
I sent the link, but she didn't receive it.
Okay. First tip for letters of rec. This is, and it varies. Some of the firewalls that these, if it's a professor, whew, they just have some tight firewalls. So first off, you want to tell them to check junk, spam folders, all that good stuff. That's
Okay.
first and foremost. Secondly, no, let me back up. First and foremost is to confirm that the email address that you put in is correct. That's step
Yeah.
number one. Okay. If that's
Yeah.
correct, then tell them to go and check the junk folders, spam, in inbox, all of that good stuff. But for you, Darian, and anybody else on, you can click resend. Did you know that? You can go in there and click resend. It's real
Yeah.
simple.
I sent it, I don't know how many times, so that's why I'm like, kinda,
It's okay. Send it
it's
to her
con-
one more time.
really-
It won't hurt.
yeah, it's confusing to me. So I never fill out a scholarship this long of a
Yeah.
process. So
Darian, so you trying to tell us our application process long?
it's pretty long, yeah, to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you the eye. Oh, Darren, you going in timeout too. Tiana, put her in timeout. Put her hat on her head. No, I'm just playing. Again, here, Darian, this is where I'm real, I'm transparent. If you
Yeah.
want the money, you'll do what you need to do to apply for it. I
Okay.
mean, I can't push it one way or another. Tiana, please check and see that Darian is in there. Is she in draft? Is she in draft mode?
Yes, so she is in draft mode, but I do not see any information about any recommenders.
Damn.
That's
take
where I'm
my glasses off.
confused. I'm confused about the application. That's where I stopped at. I put in all the information for the one person. Her name was Bree Johntree, and she's done with my letter, and she's just waiting for an email. So that's why I got on.
So the letters of recommendation, they are going to be sent an email link. And the email link has 4 questions on there that they have to fill out. So it's not an
Oh, okay.
actual letter that is going to be uploaded.
Okay.
I'll drop down the questions that they ask, but
That's what I was going to say.
yeah, what will have to happen is you have to insert her info, and then when you submit, it'll send her the email link.
Okay. Okay, well, I have to get on that now because it's like I believe where your application is due
Yeah.
February
16th.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
and
where I
keep
go
in
to
mind,
begging. You got to
yeah,
get
it
on it
can
now. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Tia.
it can be anyone who could answer these questions. So it could be parents, siblings, cousins, friend, advisor, professor. I'll go ahead and put those questions in the chat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna beg, please. This we're down to the wire. Because I want you to think about if you Darian feels like she's a little stressed out about the application. How do you think the person that you're requesting to do this, and you want to give them the most amount of time that you possibly can? And again, here we're what 18 days out from that deadline. So I'm begging, please don't do it to yourself. It just is so much easier to commit the time to it, to get it submitted, and that way you can at least step back and breathe. Tiana put the questions in there. Whoever you're asking needs to be able to answer these questions for you, or if you don't feel they can, this is where you need to reconsider who you've asked. And if you're in draft mode, guess what you can do? You can cancel the request and put somebody else in there. So if your application is still in draft mode and you've hit that send button and they say they haven't gotten it, Darian, this is a great place for you to start afresh, since it doesn't look like you put those individuals in there. Okay. All right. Marguerite, you got a question for us?
Yeah, I do. How on the section that says award, honor, recognition, or scholarship,
Yes, ma'am.
should I put the scholarships that I have on there?
You can. Those are awards. Absolutely. You can, any other awards you have. This is where I say I'm going to take the time to talk to everybody. Look, look, look. Come in, sit in a little closer. Open your ears, as you tell my kids. Open your ears. The application is your way of letting the reader who's going to review these applications into your life, into who you are. All they have is that piece of paper. Okay, that's all they have. So whatever you put on there is what they have to actually review your application by. So don't be shy. Don't be bad. I mean, don't feel like it's overkill now. Please don't write a dissertation. Please, please don't do that to them, because they might get tired and be like, "Ooh," then they'll scan it and go on. But just make sure that you're painting a true picture of who you are for them. And the scholarships, the ways you volunteer, all of those, the awards that you've gotten actually gives insight for them as to who you are as an individual. Okay, so trust you me, Darian, it might feel like it's a lengthy application, which I don't know that I agree with you on it. However, every ounce of information that is asked in the application, I promise you, is used really for your benefit and for your good. And please hear me. I don't want to, because I know oftentimes it's like, I don't have time to volunteer. We get that. So I'm not talking about volunteering. If we look on there, you're a single parent, you got 3 kids, you're running all over the place with them doing sports and all of that. We get it. We get it. Okay. So we're not going to penalize you for not having something, but if you have something, put it down there. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So let them know who you are and how you roll, just like that. All right, Natalia, you got a question for us?
Hello, everyone. In definitely, I have no question. I just know a couple days ago about your organization,
Okay.
and I'm so happy that I found this because I really need it. I just am going to combine all my history to show you who I am and what my goal, because of course I'm going to have education, but my more up goal, not education. Education is just step to my goal. And I read that I need to write essay.
You need to write a what now? Repeat that again.
Essay, right?
Essay.
Essay, yeah. Sorry, my English is not good.
That's okay. I want to make
apologize.
sure I understood you. Okay.
Yeah, but in I just need to do good essay. But in general, I come to see girl, another girl, to feel energy and to listen another woman
You
successful.
feel it? You feel the
Yeah.
energy? Yay. Good, good, good. Yes,
Thank you.
Natalia, you're welcome. In there, just get in there, get it going. I would say, Natalia, and this is for everybody, as you're writing it, have somebody read over it, because oftentimes as we're writing something, if we have somebody read over it, they can at least maybe provide some tips, or maybe, ask you questions to kind of just kind of make it a little more solid. And it may already be solid, but oftentimes we have blinders on when we're writing about ourselves. But if we let somebody else read it, they open up our eyes to be able to see, to maybe see if we do have a blind spot in there. So don't be shy. Again, let somebody else look over it and review it for you and provide feedback. Okay. So just
Yes.
take advantage of some friends you may have that can do that for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Latrice, would you have a question for us, dear?
I do not. All the questions that I had have been answered in the chat, but thank you for this opportunity. I'm so glad that you have a question and answer segment here for the scholarship application.
Yeah.
So
Well,
everybody's doing wonderful. Thank you, Tiana, for answering my questions.
Yes, yes, yes. Tiana, and I'm not following the chat because I get distracted if I go to the chat. Is it something we need to talk about on the video?
I'm not sure. I'm still in the middle of responding to some.
Okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. And again here, if Tiana, you've been on here long enough, so you know that if it's something we need to point out. All right, guess what we're doing? We're going back around again. Woohoo! So have your questions ready to go. Feline, we're back up to you. No, no, yeah, well, no, we're down to you because you told me to put you on the bottom. So what you got
Yes.
for us, Feline?
Okay, what are you looking for in the recommendations? And are there like specific, it could be from anyone, or are you looking at professors or employers?
It can
And
be
then,
anybody. One question, Beline, one question. The letters of red can be from
but you're
anybody.
going around again, so can I
I
get
am
my
going
second?
around, but it can be from anybody. It can be from your
Okay.
mama, it can be from your dad, it can be from your children if they're able to write it for you. You
And what do
know,
you want them to express? Like why we're deserving of the scholarship, or
I'm going to copy because it's gone up a little bit in the chat. Let me copy these
yeah.
questions and I'm going to drop them again, Tiana, because I know you over there working your little heart out. So let me copy these questions again in the chat. Uh-oh, it ain't it copied the whole thing. That's bad. That's a good copy. All right, here we go. There you go. Just drop those questions in the chat. It's 4 of them. And hopefully, do you see the chat, Beline?
Oh yes.
Okay. You say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
I see
cool.
it. Thank
So
you.
here are the 4 questions that you want to ask. I'm going to read them really, really fast because I don't want to, I'm not saying that you can't read them, but just so it's on the recording, describe the applicant's academic and or career goals. Question 1. Question 2, describe the progress applicant is making toward those goals. Question 3, what is the applicant's potential for success in her chosen field? And 4, why is this student a good candidate for the Jeanette Rankin Scholar Grant? Okay. So whoever you're asking needs to be able to answer those 4 questions. And guess what? This is a good part about it. You can help them answer it. It doesn't matter if they don't know this. Now, I would say get somebody that probably can already answer these questions so you don't have to tie your time up with this. However, with the professor, if they don't know you, I'm going to tell you to step back from the computer, hands up. You might need to reconsider asking somebody else who does know you. And I'm not saying the professor is a bad person. So please, please don't take it that way. But if they
No,
don't
but
really
it's
know
asking what our
you,
goals are. Yeah. They have
yes,
to have an understanding of what we're doing.
yes,
So I got it.
absolutely.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why I say grandma, TT, I don't care. Uncle Flugie if you want to. We don't care, but they do need to be able to write it up and submit it. Okay. So just know that they do need to have computer literacy and be able to answer these questions and articulate it where that when the reviewer is reading it, yeah. And I'll stop there because I'm gonna get on my soapbox. Great question, by the way. Yes.
Can you talk about a little bit about the for-profit versus nonprofit?
I can. So in the application, we ask, is your school for profit or is it nonprofit? For profit is just that. The school is in existence to make money. Okay. That's for profit. It's for a profit. And oftentimes those schools are quite pricey. They just are really, really pricey in comparison to a school that is not for profit. Okay. And so because we care enough about you, we would that you not attend a for-profit school because it's going to leave you with some astronomical debt. Okay. And depending on what level of education you're on, if you stay at a for-profit for all 4 years, oof, it's just the income that you may make in comparison to the debt that you've generated. So with us, we do not award scholar grants if you are attending a for-profit school. And you need to know that for your sake, not for ours, but for us, you just would not be eligible to apply if you are attending a for-profit. I would that if you got more questions, because I don't want to, I'll get on a real soapbox here, and this is not the space for it. If you have more questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to us. Tiana, drop our email address in the chat, and we can definitely chat offline. If you are attending a for-profit school and have a good reason as to why you are, and I know everybody's is different as to why they may be looking to attend. So hopefully I answered that question. The chat is pretty busy, so I can't follow it. So thank you for asking that question, Tiana. Marguerite, we're back to you, my dear. You got another question for us? info@rankingfoundation.org is our email address, by the way.
Yeah, about the work experience, how far back should that go?
As far as it's relevant, let's just say, I know a lot of times if we worked at McDonald's way back in the day, don't go. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't go further than 10 years back unless it's relevant. It's relevant work experience. Okay, again, here we don't want to know that you babysit the kitty cats. That's that's okay. The fur babies are okay with me, but you don't have to go that far back. Okay, so I wouldn't go beyond 10 years if I had to really answer that. In the space, depending on how many jobs that you've had, if you've jumped from month to month to jobs, unless they were temporary jobs, just make sure that whatever you are listing is relevant work experience. Okay. Cool. Natalia, we're back to you. I know you said you were just here for the energy. Did you come up with a question while we were going around?
I had a question about tax return. It's necessary to send you tax return too, right?
Yes, if you file taxes, yes, that's just the easiest way to verify. Why do we ask for a tax return? It's just the easiest way to verify your income. If you didn't file taxes, then that's different. Then that's where I think she jumped off, but she was asking about, Natasha, I think, was asking about, or one of the other callers, if you got other form of income, like unemployment, Social Security, whatever. Let me just make this point. Whatever your income is, let's say you make $1,000 a week. That's what you make. That's $4,000 a month. Your tax return needs to reflect that. So as you're going through that application, if your income is, what's that, 60,000? If your income, if my math is off, blame it on the time. If you're at 60,000, your taxes needs to say that you're at 60,000. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. And one more question.
No. Oh, Natalia, you finna go to timeout too. Fidelia laughing at you. We do one at a time and then I'll come back around. We got time. I'll be back to you, okay?
Yes.
Fidelia, I know you finished. Do you have a tip? Because I don't think you have any more questions since you submitted. Since you have submitted, how long? No, Fidelia, I'm not going to ask you that question.
You can ask. You can ask.
I'm not going to ask that one. You got a tip for those that are in the process of filling it out? Just one tip, just one. You don't have to give them all to them, but just one. What would you suggest?
I actually just read the application and I followed the directions.
Yay. So Fidelia's just over there. And I think it's straightforward, but I'm a little biased about that. So thank you for that.
But I fill out all kinds of applications and not just for myself. I actually work with supportive services here on the reservation. So I help hundreds of people every day.
Fidelia, I'm going to need you to stay on because I need to ask you some questions. So I'm going to drill you since you done gave me what you do. I got some questions. Right. You see Tiana getting you the purple hearts. We need to talk after we get off. So if you can stay on, I got a few questions for you. Okay. Awesome. Latrice, we're back to you, my dear.
I don't have any other questions. Everybody's been asking such good questions and answering everything.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the energy.
Hey. I love it. Okay, Tiana. Darian, we're back to you, my dear. See, I told you we would be back. I told you we would make it back to you.
Hi.
Darian.
Hey, I'm on my. So, yes, I am a full-time student. I don't have reliable internet, so I'm thinking maybe that's probably why my application is probably not sending my link. I use my hotspot. I live on the reservation where we don't have reliable internet, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm thinking maybe that's why my link isn't sending. Because I
Okay.
sent, yeah, so that was my other, so would be a suggestion to have my internet's in and out, maybe like refresh the page. I don't know, does it refresh or
It
I don't
does
know.
refresh, log out, log back in, but we did have a few that ran into this. Darian, if you're able, Fidelia, you might, if you got some suggestions here, maybe offer. But what we did find out with some of the individuals last year that was having issues with, not having a good connection was that some of them would just go over to a library or somewhere like that if you're able to get over to somewhere that does have better internet connection. Fidelia, do you have any other suggestions since you said you help individuals on the reservation?
Actually, there are, like, she can go into her college and actually ask if there's a supportive services that provides the internet since she's a student, and it'd probably be free of charge, or else they will pay her internet bill for her.
Is that all reservations, Fidelia?
Most of them, especially if they're a tribal college or community college.
Oh, see, Fidelia spilling the tea. Y'all better listen if you're attending a tribal college. This is why you get on these calls. So, Darian, did you know that?
Yeah, mine is like I'm saying, I have a reliable internet. It's just in and out bandwidth. I don't, that's what I mean. It's, do I refresh the page is my question. I have internet, I know that. But I'm just asking, is to refresh the page and everything, does that help? Like, in case I get stuck somewhere? Because I seen that I had to upload some of my SNAP benefit papers that I haven't gotten that far yet.
So I don't know that if your bandwidth is low, I don't know that if you refresh that would still do anything. So that's why my suggestion was well, Fidelia said it too, go over to your school where the bandwidth should be greater and stronger. So that you can complete it there and you won't, hopefully you will not have that challenge. So maybe wait till you're over to your school to do it that way. And
One thing with the application, once you enter something or upload it, it's gonna be there. It's not gonna be lost.
But I think
go back in and open
she's
it.
not getting to the point of even getting it to upload. I think that's if I'm hearing her correctly, I don't think she's even, her system isn't giving her, it's not strong enough for her to even do that. But Fidelia and Darian, we maybe can stay on. I'm willing to stay on after we close out as to not prevent the other ladies from getting back around to another question, okay?
Maybe I can have her email address if that's fine. I really need help with this application. So,
or even if you can actually give me your internet provider, I could probably go into that and look into what the actual
so
provider.
Ladies, we're gonna do that offline. Darian, I can ask Fidelia. I can't offer that because Fidelia doesn't work for us. But Fidelia, if you're open to that, then
I will.
You certainly
I'll visit with both of you.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Fidelia. All right. Let's see. Natalia, Sandy, we're back to you. You got a question for us?
I think I've gotten all my answered. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for your quick response. Shay, we're back to you, dear.
I do have a question now. Yeah. So I am looking at the scholarship and I'm eligible for the 25 or older one. Yeah. And that is for Montana or Georgia. And I'm in Montana, but when you start the application, some of the questions don't include Montana. It just says if you live in Georgia or attending a tribal college, will you be 25 or older? I just want to make sure that Montana is included on that.
It is. It is. Okay. Well, and let me back it up. You said you are attending a tribal college?
not a tribal college, but I am in Montana, and I checked that mine is one of the accredited ones that are listed.
Okay.
It's not a
So-
tribal college, but it is in Montana. But once you start the application, it doesn't
Ooh.
specify if you're in Montana or Georgia. It just says Georgia.
Tiana, look at Shay, since she's in draft mode. Can you see where she is on there? I think I know, but I don't want to speak erroneously there.
I'm not in her specific application, but I do see where it is. And it should honestly say Georgia or Montana
Or
or
Montana.
attending. It
Yeah.
doesn't. That's our mistake, I think.
I just wanted
Oh,
to
right.
make sure, because I did this the survey just to make sure that you're eligible. I went through all of that. Just as far as actually filling out the application itself, it doesn't specify Montana. So I wanted to make sure.
All right, Tiana, make sure we note that. I can correct that. That's an easy fix. We can correct that verbiage tonight. So please don't let me forget that before. What question is it under, Tiana? Or if you want to just send me a screenshot as you're in there, just send me a screenshot. So when I go back in there to correct, I can.
In the
I'll know exactly.
beginning, it's right after, are you attending a tribal college?
Okay. All right. So we'll get that updated. Thank you for catching that, Shay. You're the first one. And it's a lot of people that have completed this application. So Shay,
Well, thank you.
Shay got those eagle eyes. Tiana, find me some eagle eyes in the chat. I couldn't find the eagle. Just put some big eyes. Let me find some big eyes in here for Shay for the win with these big eyes. Look, the
Not
birds.
happening. Wait.
Look.
There's
Here
no
you go.
eagle.
I love it. All right. Beline, guess what? We're back to you. Not the chicken to you.
Does the Rankin Foundation limit scholarships for each region? So like it asks like where we're accredited. So like is it like so many from Western region or no?
No. Listen,
Okay.
whosoever will, let them come.
Okay.
All are welcome. Honestly,
Okay.
it's not based off region. It's based off those who get in here and apply, who have successfully completed their application and have all of the ranking qualities and
necessary.
characteristics. Yeah. So
Okay.
no, we do
Great.
not. Now, I will say that we do work specifically with grantors that are in specific regions, but that is not how we make our selection for individuals who receive the Scholar Grant.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Great question. Marguerite. I like saying your name. Makes me feel like I'm Italian or something. I don't know. You got another question for us, Marguerite?
Yeah, sorry, my kids are yelling around.
Oh, they're okay. They're okay.
In the additional supporting documents portion, are we able to put letters of recommendation, like actual letters?
There's no need. It will not be viewed. And let me tell you why. Our reviewers only have access to certain parts of your application because we redact your personal information for them because it's not necessary for them to see that to review your application. So that's kind of the reason that it's kind of through a different portal. So they don't have to have access to all of that information about you. So if you uploaded it, they're not going to see it. So it's not necessary that you do. This is why I think it's vital and important that whoever you're asking to complete the letter of rec is somebody that can really articulate and write, professionally, if you would, about and to answer those 4 questions that we asked. Okay. All right, Natalia, we're back to you.
Yes, thank you. My question is about my GPA. Last year in spring, I stopped my classes in college because I had surgery.
Mhm.
And I didn't know it was because my first education in USA, I didn't know that I should to do some special process, and I ruined my GPA. Now I wrote petition to them to cancel W marks, but it's need time. My question, if my GPA now ruined, I can apply or not? I have
Okay.
medicine paper.
I'm gonna put you out here on the spot. What's your GPA? What's your GPA, Natalia?
It's about now 1.9. But
Ooh,
if they cancel this W, it will be more. For
okay.
example, mhm,
Well, was it just one semester, Natalia?
one semester, and
Okay,
one semester I was enrolled, but I didn't attend.
gotcha.
And I asked a petition too. But
Okay, so
now,
we do not penalize because we know lives, okay? We do understand that things like this can happen. This is where it is important that you do provide that, just what you said. You know, this was a semester that I was in. I ended up being hospitalized, therefore I was not able to, and that's fair that you
yes,
didn't know that you needed to withdraw and so forth, so it wouldn't affect your GPA. What makes a difference is when they can look at your other semesters and see that, okay, you know what, this is what she probably would have done had she been able to successfully. So just make sure you include somewhere in there that for, let's just say spring of 24, that's this, whatever the semester was, be specific and say, look, this is what happened. This is why I have these W's that are listed on there. And you can even note that you are working with the school to see about getting that removed. So that's fair. Thank you for asking that. And
thank
any
you.
explanation is always good. Actually, it's always suggested that if there's something on there that does need some type of explanation, please give it. And because that way you don't leave the reviewer wondering, like, what happened? She had these W's. What happened there? Go ahead and give them the reasons behind it, and it just can clear it up and make them see you as an individual. And it's all about honesty too as well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Sandy, we're back to you. They dropping like flies today. But I think
I think I'm okay still. Thank you so much.
okay. All right, Shay, I'm back down to you. Another question?
I'm still just listening.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm just going to circle back around to the ones that are here. Marguerite, we're back to you.
I don't have any more questions, but I'm really glad to be here. Thank you for hosting this.
Oh, you're so very welcome. All right, Natalia, I'm back up to you. And I mean,
Yes.
we're only have 5 minutes left, so.
Yes, I have question very fast. Is the scholarship a one time or multiply year?
Say what you said again. Repeat that, Natalia.
Is this scholarship a one time award or it can be multiply years?
Yes, it can be multiplied. We have what we call a renewable scholar grant, okay? Which means that if you are awarded, Natalia, the scholar grant for this upcoming fall, you can renew the scholar grant and receive it up to 5 years or up until you obtain your bachelor's degree, okay? You do have to remain eligible to continue receiving it, and you do have to do a very condensed. It's not like the full application, but you do have to do a condensed application to renew each year. So great question, but yes, it is renewable.
Thank you.
Great question. Okay, Marguerite, Shay, no other questions? Because if not, Natalia on a roll, I'm sure she got another question.
I
All
have
right.
I have question.
Well, come on, Natalia, fire away. We got answers, so let's go.
Okay, I didn't catch. Maybe somebody, I'm sure, asked this question. What due date when I can apply?
You can apply today, but it's due February the 16th. Okay.
February.
February 16th. So like I said, not much longer here. So Natalia, you want to start this application tonight. Don't wait.
I already did it. I begin, but
Okay.
I stopped because it's necessary good essay, and I have a lot of history, and I need
Yeah.
combine.
I love it. Well, thank you for being here because you've been asking some very relevant, real questions that I hope will help you get in there and get it done. Okay. You got another question?
I think no. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you all for being here tonight. Again, we will be back here next Wednesday. Okay. So we only have, is it 3? We only have 3 more sessions. So we'll be back here next Wednesday, the 5th. We'll be back on actually on a Sunday session, February the 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then our final session is February the 12th. And now I really don't want you to wait to that time to submit, but if you still got questions, just know the 5th, February 9th, February 12th is when we will be back here to answer questions. In the meantime, if you got other questions, don't hesitate to email us over at info@rankinfoundation.org. And you heard from Fidelia, we will get back to you pretty quickly. Unless it's over at midnight something. We're not sending in there replying at that time, but first thing that morning, they will get back to you, okay? So again, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and just stop the recording, but I'm gonna hang out just a little bit for Delia to talk a little bit more. So again, bye for now. And if you need to, come back and hang out with us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.